if you're like me, Minecraft is ingrained in your subconscious. It's this infinite world where you can build anything you could ever imagine. You can explore the highest peaks or the deepest caves. Oh, this world is infinite. How? When we want to create a game world, we can open up our engine of choice, start sculpting some mountains and rivers and oceans, and maybe even populate it with trees and bushes. And to create an infinite world, I would have to spend an infinite amount of time making it. As the world gets larger and larger, I would have to spend exponentially more time sculpting each mountain. Soon enough, we realized that crafting an infinite world is impossible. I mean, physically impossible. So how do these games exist? Over here. Huh. Nothing but static. Just white noise. That's it. That's it. Noise. Noise. See, what we have here
is randomness. Every pixel on the screen has a value, black, white, or somewhere in between, and the pattern it makes is completely unpredictable. No structure, no rhythm, just a whole lot of chaos. But what if we take a single frame of that chaos and smooth it out? Instead of every pixel jumping wildly between black and white, each neighboring pixel could be a gradual fade. That is what we call noise. Not random chaos, but randomness controlled by a mathematical equation. Each value flows into each other, creating a completely random pattern.
A pattern that, if we tweak a little, looks almost like a topographical map, where the white areas are the highest and the black ones are the lowest. Let me show you how this works. Noise maps go from black to white. If we let -1 represent black and +1 represent white, we can interpolate between the two values. If we let the block that I'm standing on right now represent 0, if we offset the position of these two cubes, this one to 1, this one to -1, we can see how this noise map can affect the position of objects in the world. If we take this concept and apply it to a whole noise map,
we can offset the world position of each of the cubes according to the pattern of the noise, so black parts would go down and white parts would go up.
Now it didn't look like much with just 2 cubes, but now we can start to see how rolling hills could be formed. All we need to do is turn this one-dimensional noise 2-dimensional, extending in the y direction, and you know what? We have some pretty convincing rolling hills. All of this created with noise. But these are just hills, aren't they? There's a lot more to a world than just hills. There should be mountains and valleys and oceans. Oceans, maybe.
Instead of asking how tall is this point, we can start asking different questions. What if every value above a certain threshold becomes land and everything below that is water?
Just like that, a continent. No hand sculpting, no hand painting. Just a math equation that determines where the land ends and water begins. This still isn't right. We need more texture. We need mountains. We need biomes. We need everything that makes a world. And for that, we're gonna need more noise. Noise really isn't just one thing. Because it's a mathematical equation, we can use different equations to represent different types of noise. At the top, you see Perlin noise. That's really what we've been talking about so far. It's smooth, it's like clouds, it's rolling hills. Next is Voronoi, or Voronoi. I'm actually not sure how to pronounce that.
Voronoi.
That's how you do it. Voronoi is cellular. It's like cracked desert earth. This is whirly. It's rough, it's pitted, it's circular. And you see now that maybe by combining these noises, we can get something that resembles a true map. Now I see what you're thinking. Corvin, I don't want to do all this math stuff. I just want to create worlds with noise. Boy, do I got the product for you. You see, simple noise generators is the answer to all your problems. Perlin, Whirly, Veroni, and more, all for the price of free $99. Hear that again, folks, free $99. You don't have to pay $1. Look at these satisfied customers. Now where were we? Each noise type has a personality. Perlin noise is the rolling, smooth hills like you see around me. Let's layer on something rougher, more angular. Whirly, for example. Boom! To create a mountain. I hope that looked cool.
Parts that should be plains get something smooth, Perlin. Places that should be mountains will get something rougher, denser, like Veroni or Whirly. And right at the edges, we can fade in between the two, a biome border.
And essentially, this is what Minecraft is doing. It's layering all these noise layers together.
Every time you start a new world, every mountain, every ocean, every cave system, it's noise, stacked, combined, filtered, and shaped. Billions of possible worlds, all generated in seconds, all from the same equations we just walked through. So I thought I might include this because I think it's very interesting. These are the maps that Minecraft uses for its generation. These are all Perlin noise put through different filters. The first map, Continentalness, looks the most familiar, which is basically the same as what we used to make continents in Unreal. The map's erosion and peaks/valleys are used in combination with this to diversify the landscape, like how we used Whirly to make our mountains. The biomes themselves are determined by a combination of this temperature Perlin noise, which is filtered into 5 distinct levels, and this humidity, which looks very similar. Depending on the temperature and humidity determined by these two maps, you will get a different biome. This is then combined with various 3D noise maps in order to generate the caves. This is the real reason why you can look up your Minecraft seed and see the entire world mapped out. Even though it's random and completely unique, when you boil it down, the combination of a few noise maps is just equations. Equations that make a world.
Millions and billions and trillions of possibilities of worlds, just with numbers and math. And no human intervention. If we're able to tweak values like the size of cells or the contrast in the noise, that's procedural generation. That allows us to tailor the world to how we want it to look, while still keeping it completely random. Generated off of a string of numbers called a seed. Different engine, same math, same principles. Well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. It took 1,000,000 years to edit. I am currently dead, long dead, and in my tomb as a skeleton. Maybe I'm even fossilized at this point. Please subscribe for more. I currently have 4,000 subscribers, and I'd like to make that maybe 4,001. That's it. That's all the video is. An entire world at my fingertips, just from math. That was so lame. It's a joke a math teacher would make. Hey kids, math is useful. Look at what you can make.